Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into the show that's on in the afternoon. We have got a great show here for you today. We're talking Teacher of the Year.
It is the time, yes.
The banquet is coming up, the big celebration.
Yes.
They really do it big for this one, man.
It's awesome. Every year.
I love it. Yeah, I got to do this and interview people a few years back.
That's right.
Yeah.
The Fab Five. Yeah, you had a great year when you did that.
It was a cool year.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun out there. And they really do. It's like going to the Emmys or something.
Yeah. Red carpet, the whole nine. You just feel
really
special.
is.
Teachers need to feel special, period. Yes.
And that is what Teacher of the Year is all about. So we're going to talk with Cathy Newman, Executive Director of Inc., Investing in Kids. And we'll also be talking with Tina Hemby. Did I say the last name right?
Hemby is correct.
Awesome.
Perfect.
I'm so bad with last names. She was the 2024 Teacher of the Year. So we will get her insights on that. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be a fun talk.
Great talk.
Two
Great
fun
chat.
people in here, man.
Yes.
And we are going to get to that as soon as we tell you about our friends at Bozard Ford Lincoln. Since 1949, they've been the best in the dealership business. They're a family-owned beacon of trust right here in St. Augustine. Honesty, integrity, community service, great people, smiling faces. That's what you're going to experience down there when you go to Bozard Ford Lincoln. They've got that amazing service facility, a ton of climate-controlled service bays. That's something that not everybody has, the climate-controlled aspect of that.
No, it's pretty awesome. And there's 91
of those. Yeah, man. And there's also a quick lane. If you just need to pop in and out on the lunch break, they can handle that too. Bozard Ford Lincoln are the proud recipients of the prestigious Triple Crown Award and named Florida's Dealer of the Year by Dealer Rater. Their team's always dedicated to providing an enjoyable and efficient experience. Out there at Bozard Ford Lincoln, they offer the best in pricing, selection, and service. You can visit them today just off I-95 and State Road 16, where your satisfaction is their mission, and they are driven to inspire. Also, our friends at the Bailey Group.
Yeah.
Getting enrolled in a health insurance or Medicare plan does not have to be complicated. In fact, it can be and should be quite the opposite. If you're working with the Bailey Group, you're going to work with a local insurance advisor. That's so important to find just the right insurance coverage for your specific needs and your budget. Their goal is to make getting covered simple, no added costs, no extra fees. The Bailey Group handles individual health and Medicare, corporate benefits, and financial needs for their clients. Sit down with them. Let them do that for you. They are the best. 904-461-1800. All right, Cathy Newman, Tina Hemby, welcome in, ladies. How are y'all doing?
We are great.
Fabulous.
Thank you so much for having us.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
All right, Teacher of the Year. It's such an amazing celebration of educators here in St. Johns County. Can you tell us what makes the event so special for teachers, for schools, for our community, for everybody?
So I think what makes it special right now is that it's by teachers, for teachers, about teachers. So we, after COVID, and we were able to host again in person, we had heard from our teachers that they really wanted to be celebrated, and they wanted to be celebrated in kind of their way. Mm-hmm. So we revamped how we went about hosting, and we've brought in our former Teachers of the Year and finalists to be our MCs and to kind of really sort of decide how it goes down, right? So they've been our deciders of what theme we're having, what the MCs are going to wear on stage, kind of how our decor looks, what the overall just feeling is for the evening, and then they sort of run the show. You know, we're behind the scenes kind of making sure everyone's where they need to be, but they run the show. So we have, I think, about 15 teacher MCs this year who will kind of just be, you know, making sure everything happens and that it happens in a way that's celebrating them and you know, the excellence in education that's here in St. Johns County.
So this committee, did they meet like, you know, once a quarter? Like how was that done?
So we meet a little bit less frequently or organized, but they become the ambassadors for our Teacher of the Year program. So we start kind of officially with when teachers are nominated by their schools back in September, October, or every year about that time. We collect their information through an application process, and then we bring in our group. We call them the TLC, the Teacher Lead Council.
Cool.
And the TLC team starts the process of welcoming. So we did a kickoff this past November at Tringali Barn, which has been kind of a recent tradition we've done the last couple of years. It's really a social opportunity and an opportunity to share some information about what happens. For us, the process locally is about highlighting and celebrating teachers and what their professionalism, their excellence, what they do for our community and our classrooms. but the process is also part of a larger statewide process. So we do have to kind of share, like, this is what happens next.
Right.
Once we get through our celebration, there's one person who will be selected to be our representative. And then that person has certain things that he or she, are kind of expected to be a part of to moving forward. And also
there's like a crazy application process that we're like, it's like not easy. Am I right?
Tina can tell you about that.
Do you remember this? Can we make this abbreviated, please?
Exactly.
It's huge, Pete. Like it takes literally a month to figure this out, right?
It does. Wow. It's a lot of reflection in it.
Totally, yes.
Okay. Well, talk to us about the finalists this year, Cathy. Who do we got?
So we're very excited. We have 5 finalists this year. We had 5 finalists as well last year. So we have a selection committee of individuals. I am not on the selection committee. They are professors who are former educators and now teach people to become educators at UNF, at Flagler, and at St. John's River State College. And then we have a member from the district admin team as well who's on that group. So we have 5 people, and they include Madison Gowan, who is a media specialist.
All right, our people.
At Switzerland Point Middle School.
Perfect.
Swiss Point Middle School for short. And then Jake Lankford, he is a world history teacher. He also teaches Holocaust and African American history at Tucoy Creek High School.
Cool.
Then we have Jill Adams. She is at Creekside High School, and Jill is what's called an instructional literacy coach, which means she coaches teachers. So she really is that teacher who teaches teachers and it helps ensure that they have what they need to be effective in their classrooms. She also works with students, but really it's about making sure that teachers are mastering what they need to so their students can master what they need.
Wow, that's great.
It's really, the teacher's teacher.
Yeah, seriously, like a mentor, yeah.
Jessica McMillan is from First Coast Technical College, and she is an English second language teacher. So she teaches adults who are learning English as their second language, which is like really, for us, I think maybe one of the first times we've had an FCTC finalist, which is really exciting. And then Jordan Matthews, he is band director and he teaches band and guitar at Palm Valley Academy.
At Palm Valley, awesome. Cool.
All right, very cool. Awesome. Now, Tina, you were Teacher of the Year last year.
Yeah.
What, like at this point in the game, as a finalist, are you getting nervous? What are you thinking about? Are you thinking about bribing judges?
Yeah, right.
I wish we did. Well, at this point, you're like really nervous and you're also excited to celebrate because you're like, oh my God, out of all the teachers in St. Johns County, I'm one of the top 5.
What an honor.
So you feel really excited and honored and, you just antsy, is it really true? Is this really happening? Because it's a big honor and it feels good.
Do you remember your interview?
I do.
What was like the most memorable part of your interview? Like, do you remember like one of their questions?
They asked a lot of questions. They asked different things about my instructional strategies. How do I do things in the community? Also, if we had a platform, what would be our platform for the next year? So it was a different array of questions, but it was awesome.
That's great. I love that.
Very cool. Now, this year's finalists is going to be treated to an amazing dinner sponsored by the Rain Tree. Correct?
Yes, we actually just had dinner there last week. And it's become, a little bit of a recent tradition. The Rain Tree welcomes us, and then Tina was with us. So there was the 5 finalists, Tina there to kind of give them, again, like kind of some information on what to expect next, answer questions, reduce some of the anxiety that they might be having about the process. And then, I'm there just to kind of facilitate, as well. But we get a chance to get to know them and they get a chance to get to know each other because they become a cohort. And, as they move forward through the process, this is the next step. There will be one person identified to be our district teacher of the year. But at the same time, they all have the opportunity to join us on that TLC and to become ambassadors for the program and for what Inc. can do for teachers in the classroom.
I love that.
Very cool. And now, are there sponsorship opportunities? Are there available? Because I know teachers and obviously this event, you guys need some support. You need some help. It's not free to put on an event like this.
No, it's not free to put on an event like this, despite the fact that we're a nonprofit. Things do not come to us for free.
Right.
We will welcome over 950 people into the Renaissance World Golf Village, ballroom space. We are almost at capacity at that space.
Wow.
But that is a lot of people to feed and to to seat and to all the things that go into that. So we do have sponsors. We have some amazing sponsors. Leonard's is one of our sponsors. They
Yay.
do a ton of work for us to make sure that we look good, right? With photography and printing and all of that. Beaver Toyota is a huge sponsor. Old Town Trolleys is another amazing sponsor. They do so much, not just for us for Teacher of the Year, but for Inc. and for our schools and for our teachers throughout the year. We do Jailbreak 5K together, among so many other things. I'm going to forget some, but I'm going to try to remember everybody. Bailey Group is a sponsor as well. Staples is a sponsor.
Oh, cool.
We have Community First Credit Union and ViStar Credit Union that also sponsor. Both credit unions are very supportive of teachers and, like to make sure that they help us and support teachers as well.
Awesome.
I'm sure I'm forgetting someone in a
No, you're good.
It's a big celebration. So for everything that's moving forward at 500 miles per hour, you're doing fabulous.
Yeah. So there's always an opportunity to sponsor. We are getting close to this particular event, the 31st of the month. It's Friday at the end of the month this year. But there's always opportunities for organizations and individuals to support Inc. and what we do and our teachers in the classroom or what we are providing to teachers and students in their classrooms. So.
What's the best way to do that? How can people do that?
Go to our website.
No, that's easy.
There's a donate button on our website.
Make it easy. You got to.
So that's one way. I mean, we are a 501c3, so if anyone donates that way, there's an opportunity for you to get a little tax write-off that way as well. But we're always accepting in-kind donations. Right now, it's middle of the year, and so Tina can tell you, pencils are at nubs and erasers are missing and markers are dry and dry erase markers are dry. So we are collecting in-kind donations and you can order. We have a wish list on Amazon.
Oh, great.
It comes to us directly. Most of the items we have highlighted there are bulk items and then we split them up into smaller groups and deliver them to teachers when they order them through our Tools for Schools program.
That's awesome.
Or you can drop them off for us or, donate money and we'll pick up stuff that way too.
So
Very
Tina,
cool.
real quick, I know that there's a whole Rookie of the Year element, right? That this is they need to be celebrated too because this is their first time in education.
Yes.
So this is so
Yes.
special. So somebody that is a Teacher of the Year, what advice would you give to the rookies out there?
To all my rookies, be kind to yourself. It's okay. You're going to make mistakes. Teaching is a marathon, not a sprint. Take your time. Learn from your mistakes, but most of all, learn to celebrate yourself and your successes. Because as you take notes, as each year goes on, you're going to be a great destined teacher that you're destined to be. So
Love
just
that.
to learn to celebrate yourself.
And Tina, what inspired you to get into the field of education?
Oh, what inspired me? Well, my father was once a teacher when he was here.
Oh, cool.
So I think that had something to do with it. But I also think it was my inner passion about just my ability to be able to help other people. And that's that passion of being around children.
What do you teach?
Pre-algebra, 8th grade pre-algebra. Welcome to my world.
I broke up with algebra a long time ago.
Algebra is not my friend. Well, good for you.
God bless you.
Good for you. That's especially, I got to ask you this because, in taking care of the God kids when I was younger, they would come home with these math problems. And it started about 3rd grade.
Yes.
Where they would come home with these math problems that I just did not understand.
Exactly.
How has it been adjusting, to teaching a new way of some of these subjects, because math it feels completely revamped from what I learned as a kid.
It is. It's very much different.
Yeah.
With our Common Core standards now coming down, they've now changed the way they want kids to think. They now want them to be able to process and make connections between numbers and what does it mean and making those. We've gone through so many professional developments with the state on a local level to kind of get us into the habit of helping. I will say Inc. did help me one year with my donations because one of the things was bringing back manipulatives even to our higher level students. So it was being able to take a step back and saying, okay, there's a new way of doing this, but you just got to be able to adjust and see the end results and not what's currently taking place.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So being
Okay.
Teacher of the Year and doing the whole gamut and going on the tour, I mean, can you talk a little bit about, you just met Jamie Suarez, right? Didn't
Yes.
She's our Florida State Teacher of the Year,
Yes.
who just did a tour in St. Johns County. What was that, last week, I believe?
Yes.
Talk about that, how special that was.
Oh, it was awesome. Just from the moment she walked into school, you could feel her warmth and her love and her vision for education. She was really open. She did not shy away from talking to anyone. She talked with kids. She was actively listening.
But can she do algebra?
Yes.
She's a math teacher.
You did, but she is a math teacher, so she was just amazing, and her energy, she just made everybody feel special and welcome.
I love that. That's great.
I know you've talked before about building meaningful connections with your students. Do you have any stories that strike you that just had a profound impact on your life over the course of your career?
Yeah, I have so many, but
I bet.
I'll tell you about one young lady. She transferred into my class mid-year. You know, that's really hard. You guys know middle school, the toughest age.
Absolutely.
So when you're transferring, you don't have a bunch of friends. You got a new group. You got to figure out where you fit in. She was real anxious, kind of shied away, no eye contact. So one day we did a group assignment, and she was off to the side by herself. So I went over and said, "Do you mind working with me?" And from that moment, we built a relationship. I started calling on her more often. She started participating. You could see her grow. And she told me one day, she says, "If it wasn't for you, I never thought I would fit into this school."
Wow.
And that just kind of reminds us that sometimes it's just the small things we do that make a big difference.
Yeah.
Kindness, compassion, and curiosity right there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That patience and so that's just touching to me that, I did that for you.
Yeah,
I
no,
love
that's
that.
awesome. I can remember being in a very similar situation in 6th grade in middle
Right.
school, coming in halfway through the year.
It's a really tough
Campbell
time.
Rogers. I didn't know anybody, but yeah, my homeroom teacher, Mr. Weaver. I'll never forget the guy.
Yeah.
Just made it a much easier process for me. So it makes a huge difference
It
to have a good
does.
teacher helping you through some of those situations. It really
Yes.
does. Yeah. So why does Teacher of the Year, this benefit, mean so much to you personally?
Oh, gosh. Well, it has meant a lot because it has opened so many doors for me. And it has also built my confidence in who I am as an educator. I've learned how to mentor not only kids, but also adults that are around us, how to help them to develop, how to help them get through different stages of the teaching profession. It's the professional development that I've received over this last year has just been mind-boggling. It's like aha moments. And it also just like regenerates my energy that I got this.
So how do you get through the dark times? I mean, that's no secret. I mean, it's challenging to be a teacher these days. So how do you find the light in so many dark times, especially when you go to work? It can't be puppies and kittens every single day.
It's not.
How do you figure that part out?
You have to sit back and reflect and realize that it's not a one-day process. It's about the future, and just reflect on what was positive, what brought light to you. You know, those aha moments, that struggling student that say, "I got this. I want to volunteer." So you just have to think about more of the positive aspects of it than the negative.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it helps to have a tribe too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Like a
Yeah.
good
Like a
positive,
good, like your team at
Good support
school
system.
or your friends, even outside of your, your cohort, your team at school. I think when you have a tribe in life, it can help you through those dark times, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what do y'all hope that your attendees take away after they leave the Teacher of the Year
Celebration.
celebration this year? Yeah.
That it's a celebration,
Mm.
that we're here to celebrate, all of these amazing professionals in education, all of the teachers, all of them that were nominated and celebrated as teachers and rookies, all of the people that support them, their teams and their admins and the staff that supports them, because none of us do anything that we do in a vacuum. We don't educate people just on our own, right? There's so many people that go into making a school run all day long and behind the scenes making the district run. So it's about all of that in a way.
Right.
We really, 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 really highlight those teachers. This is about teachers, but we don't do anything we do by ourselves.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely. So what can we do to kind of inspire the next generation to consider careers in teaching?
Okay.
That is you, Tina. That is all you.
One of the things St. John's do have is different academies at school, and we do have a teaching academy where kids get the exposure for what it's like to become a teacher. They're then paired up with teachers at maybe a neighboring school to be able to go in and observe and shadow, and we become like another mentoring ship for that particular student. But they get opportunities to come in the room,
love
teach
that.
small groups. It's an amazing experience, and they come out to our classroom classrooms maybe 3 or 4 times a year. They have to practice writing lesson plans. They have to practice working in small groups. So it's almost like even though they're high school students, they become a teacher for a day to give them that hands-on experience, and it's great.
You seeing a positive reaction from them?
I am. I love my young lady, Miss Sophia. She is great. She gets in, she dives in. She's like, but they don't answer me. I said, welcome to teaching.
Yeah, right. I know.
So she's really getting that firsthand experience. So I think that's one of the ways that St. John's is kind of pushing to get our kids to go into the education field.
That's great.
That's very interesting.
We have a couple of academies around the county. So one is at Creekside, St. Augustine, and then Tucoy has one as well. So, my understanding is that they continue to grow, that there are more and more students entering the academies, and these are academies of choice. So any student can enter into them and can apply into them, from anywhere in the district, even if they're not zoned for those schools.
I think that's powerful.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. Because growing up, you heard a lot of kids like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a teacher. You didn't hear that a lot. There was definitely a decline in that. So this is a great opportunity to see how incredible it is to be a teacher. I think that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Well, very exciting. Talk to me about, remind me when this is, how people can get involved, what you need if you need sponsors, volunteers, any of that good stuff, and then where people can find investing in kids on a regular basis.
Okay, so the celebration is Friday, January 31st. We open the doors at 5 p.m. and it is at the Renaissance World Golf Village. We do have a website. It's www.inc.stjohns.org, or you can Google us, Investing in Kids or Inc., and we usually pop up. There is some information on the website about the Teacher of the Year, but it is kind of limited in seating. So if people would like to get a seat or support in any way, shape, or form as a sponsor, there's a little bit of time left to do that. They can reach me through the website. I'm listed on the website on our staff page, and we'll get it happening. We'll get it in motion.
That's fabulous.
Very cool. Thank you all so much for coming by.
Yeah.
This is such a great celebration. I loved being part of it when I was, and y'all have so much fun. It's such an inspiring event, and
so inspiring.
Yeah, looking forward to it for y'all for sure.
Thank you.
Yay,
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for coming in.
All right.
Very cool, man. Awesome ladies.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
I love celebrating some great teachers out there. I mean, they worked, all throughout the whole year. Absolutely. They're just always doing something. So celebrating teachers is always a good thing.
There you go. And hey, hopping on an Old Town Trolley is always a good thing too. How about that?
Yeah, that's a celebration, right?
And a significant part of Old Town Trolley's philosophy, giving back to the communities in which they operate. One of the biggest ones being our community. Old Town Trolley is proud to offer their sincere appreciation for our St. Johns County schools, Patriot Service Dogs, and a lot of other organizations as well that help people in our area and beyond. Old Town Trolley also offers uncountable transportation donations to many local fundraisers and events such as Light Up the Night, July 4th fireworks, the Beach Blast Off, and the Holly Jolly Shopping Trolley.
Wow.
Check them out. They're the green trains. We love them.
And check out Steve Chapman's All-American Air. They've been the AC hero of St. Augustine and beyond. We're talking St. John's, Flagler, Duval, and Putnam counties. They're not just the experts, they're the cool cats of warranty and non-warranty service work. They have preventative maintenance agreements, new construction installations, and rocking high-efficiency systems. From Lennox Wonders to the ultra-smart iComfort thermostat, they've got all your HVAC products in sight. Give them a call today. Get on one of those maintenance plans. 904-461-0070.
And our friends at Bin 39 Wine Bar, great place to hang out, especially right now. Go hang out in that courtyard.
Yes, they're coming back to life is the quote I got from last night. Yes.
Yeah, I bet after this whole season, man.
Ooh, yes.
And just enjoy time with friends over a glass of wine or two or three. And if you like what you're drinking, you can always take it home. You can sip and sample a few different wines while you're out there. Wines gathered literally from across the world and brought right back home for all our big wine fans here in St. Augustine. Bin 39 Wine Bar. They're amazing for St. George Street. And you can give them a call. See what they got on hand if you want to check in with them before you go down there. 904-827-5740. All right, horoscope time.
All right.
Libra and Aquarius. Libra, this week your indecisiveness will reach new heights. You should start a novel or a new TV series. Spoiler, you won't do either of those. Your harmonious nature is bewildered as conflict clouds gather. Conflict. Yeah, never heard of that before.
Me neither.
You may become the Switzerland of arguments, neutral yet oddly infuriating to everyone. Love life on a scale of 1 to perfect, it'll resemble a soap opera with endless ads. That's okay.
Oh.
As you balance the scales of your desires and your realities, remember that both sides carry hefty disappointments. Aquarius. Aquarius, nothing says I'm unique like quirky habits that even you can't justify.
Aw.
This week, friends might question your life advice, which seems about as rational as a pineapple on a pizza argument. Never pineapple on pizza.
Lies.
Technology will betray you in comically tragic ways. Expect your tweets to resemble ancient misunderstood hieroglyphs. Seek wisdom in your creativity, or just hope the cosmos offers a refund policy on bad decisions. They don't.
Yeah, they don't. Yipe. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you who needs stuff.
Okay.
That's St. Francis House in Port in the Storm. They have immediate needs list out there. So if anyone has some shampoo and conditioner, razors, men's underwear, all sizes, they've got hair, they need hairbrushes, they need nail clippers, soap, bike locks, earbuds, backpacks. All of this is listed out on the St. Francis House in Port in the Storm page. Check that out. You can order it. There's an Amazon link and then get shipped right directly to them. So yeah, they're looking for some stuff for helping some peeps.
Cool.
Yeah. Ooh, celebrating 25 years of opera excellence. We're thrilled to invite everybody to the unforgettable evening of music culture celebration as First Coast Opera makes 25 years of bringing the magic opera to Northeast Florida. This is featuring the best of the best from Europe. The extraordinary night will showcase internationally acclaimed Spanish composer and musician Juan Antonio Cimarro. Juan, yes, Juan.
I'm number one.
He's number one. Very good. Whose inspiring Symphony for a Better World has captivated audiences worldwide. Immerse yourself in the rich culture and passion of Spain, right here in the heart of St. Augustine. So check out First Coast Opera, and there's tickets on sale. It's going to be pretty awesome. This is Saturday, February 1st, 5 to 10 p.m. at the Embassy Suites.
All right, very good.
Ooh, low T alert. I'm talking about low tickets alert.
Oh.
Low ticket alert. This is a Cafe 11.
I was like, who are we calling out here on this show today?
Yeah. Don't miss comedian Mike Hanford with special guest Chelsea Sadler. Hey, and Laura Gilliam.
Okay, there you go.
January 25th. So coming up at the original Cafe 11, St. Augustine Beach. Go check that out on their Facebook page. Oh, my goodness. And you see the comment from
Timu Jim Halper.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same damn thing. Same thing.
That is actually spot on. So let's go check that out. Comedian Mike Hanford at Cafe 11 on Eventbrite.
Oh boy, I bet he hears that a lot.
I'm sure, and hopefully there's a joke about it. If he's a comedian, you gotta laugh at yourself.
That better be his first joke.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Very cool. Well, it's not a joke. Cleaning your teeth, keeping your teeth clean.
Keep it serious.
Yeah, man. At Magnolia Family Dentistry, they know that. They're led by the dynamic Dr. Paolo Rodriguez, and they're not just about clean teeth. They're about a clean and extraordinary experience from start to finish. You're going to notice the difference as soon as you walk through their doors, and you're welcomed into a state-of-the-art practice that prioritizes your comfort and your well-being. Their commitment to excellence will shine through in every aspect of their care, shines through in routine checkups to advanced procedures. Dr. Rodriguez and her dedicated team and knowledgeable team provide a warm, caring atmosphere where your health and your happiness are top priority. Make an appointment today. See the difference. 904-824-0990, Magnolia Family Dentistry.
And make sure you make an appointment at Panache. They've been living the fabulous life since 1987, and they invite you to join their pamper party. What sets Panache apart, you ask? Well, it's their squad of talented experts on a mission to take your wildest dreams and make them come true. Panache is an Aveda salon. It's an oasis just for you, where innovation and artistry are their middle names. They're there to turn your day from good to gorgeous. So here is the diamond on top. Well, Panache is super proud to be partners with Aveda. They share ethical and sustainable business practices. So go to getpanache.com and, of course, get with it, boo.
All right, man. How do we close it out today?
Country living memes.
Okay.
All right. So this first one, with the rise of self-driving vehicles, it's only a matter of time before there's a country song where the guy's truck leaves him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no country person is ever buying a Tesla truck, so that's not going to happen.
I don't know. We'll see what happens in these 4 years. Next up, okay, notice this property is a farm. Farms must have animals.
Okay.
Farms make funny sounds. They smell bad, and the animals have sex outdoors.
Okay, that's interesting to put that on a sign.
True. Unless you can tolerate noise, odors, and outdoor sex, don't buy property next to a farm.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
Or to my house.
A couple of things happen out there on 14. So,
Yeah.
you know. All right, look at this is an interesting way of using the old. Maybe we do this with the bus, like with the yeah. That's an art installation.
That's something.
That's interesting.
Yep.
Next up, excuse me, are you going to be filling the bird feeder soon? I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah.
Next
That's
up,
good.
$100 says there's a coyote under there, right?
Oh yeah, Wiley waiting for the Roadrunner.
Yeah. Next up, okay, fell 5 years ago, but never gave up. I love this one. Yeah.
Me too.
Next up, when God created ducks, he said, waterproof that chicken and give it a kazoo.
Yeah, basically, right?
Basically, yeah. Next up, okay, where's your stupid little spray bottle now, Karen? Yeah, getting the friends coming over. Next up, he dreamed of this one day. Oh, that's epic.
He's in heaven, that little squirrel.
And last one, remember, no matter how bad your day is going, at least you're not stuck in a fence being laughed at by a cow. Yeah.
That cow's loving it,
Perfect, yes.
man. All right, good stuff, man. Great show. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you in the morning.
Bye, everybody.